How's not going to work?
Yes, good evening. What's up, everyone? Episode 34 of the Shoes podcast, and we are back after another long layoff, but we are back, and we got a lot to talk about for this NBA season. We got Ernest, aka Lake Show. We got Armani, aka broke the record, but took an L last night against the Thunder team that you needed to win. We got
Let me cook.
Got myself, Eric, got that 30-26 record back in the playoff hunt. And last but not least, we got a special guest, Josh, aka I don't care about basketball because my team is about to.
Whoa, not all of that. Whoa.
We just
aren't you a Pelicans fan?
Ladies and gentlemen, he is a Brooklyn Net fan for the record. Fan. Let's just put that out there.
I see it on the hat, man. I see, man.
Yeah, so he is living in the depths of Hades right now, because that within 2 years, that Brooklyn Net team had James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, and no championships to show for it. So yeah, we're here. First things first, though. Today we have a lot to talk about. A lot has happened since we've been away. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a minute since we've done a show. So good to see you guys. But yeah, let's get right into it, man. A lot has happened, but the biggest news of the day, of the week, Mr. LeBron James, King James, man, what a milestone, breaking Kareem's record for eclipsing the all-time scoring list for most points scored in a career. And man, your thoughts aside from the L, we'll get to that later, but
I'm gonna let y'all go.
Just on the cusp on what LeBron has done for his career, and this milestone is super huge, man, and it's special. So what are you guys' thoughts on that?
So for me, it's just like the fact that he's playing at a high level in year 20 at age 38 is just insane. It just goes to show you the length of work and time he puts into his body every offseason, and just the commitment of excellence that he displays on a nightly basis. And to me, once his career is finished and he retires, I think he can easily eclipse 50,000 points. That's how good he can really be. Like, yes, I listen. He could at age 39, age 40, even age 41, if they're not careful and he's still in the league at playing this high level.
50K?
50K.
That's 12 more.
He's at 38, 390. He's gonna get 40,000 easy by the beginning of next year. Think about it. So now you thinking about
I gave him 45K tops.
I could see him finish with 50 easy.
50K
and
easy.
Yes. But in the 2 year span, give him 2 years, 50 grand, 50,000 easy points. Easy. And I just think that he's not stopping no time soon. And also during one of his interviews last night, he said that I think it's at the Inside the NBA or one of his press conference. Yeah. He said that I believe that I still have the talent to help a team win a championship, not just the Lakers, but any other team. So which tells me that he's not even done being in his prime at age 38, which is scary. So I know the fact that the Lakers, they're trying to make moves now, and they see that they're trying to like make sure that they're on the same timeline as LeBron to get another championship. So it wouldn't shock me if he's still playing at a high level at age 39, age 40, even at age 41. And at the same time, you got his son Bronny might be coming into the league in 2025.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not that far fetched to see him finish with at least with 50,000 points for his career. And now you got to figure who else is on that cusp. Who's going to be the next player to break that scoring record? I don't know.
Cam Thomas.
40, 40, 40, baby.
They said he would have to average 47 points.
For 900 games straight, bro. Yeah, that's crazy.
He will break it in 10 years.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, but now you're gonna start hearing the whole conversation of who's the GOAT, the greatest of all time, start to change a little bit. So it's maybe in LeBron's favor, but you still gonna have that faction of the MJ fan base saying no, he's still. So it's gonna be even more of a debate in the next 15, 20 years of who's the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that's what I look at when he broke the record last night. It was just like it was a real spectacle just to see him at this age just playing at such a high level.
You know what's pretty amazing though? This dude had 36 3/4. Like no one talked about that last night.
How much he had after that?
All right, dude. Like he had a
Josh, I'm with you. No. Josh, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. But go ahead.
I get it, but it was clear. Like, here's the thing about it was clear to me, even though as a Laker fan, it did piss me off because we needed this game to win.
Yeah, because they ahead of y'all in the standings too. Like,
yes. We're two back of the play-in, 4 out of 5th, something like that. The thing that but the thing that I noticed was that it was clear that the focus tonight was let's just get LeBron the record, win, lose, or draw, have fun. We're going to just focus on the record. I get it, I understand it. But also, it's just like, damn, like we needed to win this game. We had a chance to win the game in the 4th quarter, but it was clear LeBron had a foot issue all game. He was dealing with the foot. Like, I saw him on the bench a couple times. He had like an exercise ball on his, like, let you roll on the ball of your feet. And it was clear that the foot was bothering him. So I get it. I don't anticipate him playing tomorrow either. So. And lieu of, and we'll get to later, of a trade that may happen, we may not even have any players or players ready, in a sense to actually like compete and win the game.
Damian Jones gonna start.
Yeah, that's terrible. So it's we may lose another, but then we'll be on a 3-game losing streak, which sucks. But I just think, man, when it pertains to LeBron and what he's done in his career. It's been phenomenal to see and honor to watch him play basketball, the game that I love to watch. One thing that stood out with me and I couldn't stop thinking about is, man, like if Kobe was here, he'll be at that game and and seeing him congratulate him on this amazing milestone. His presence was definitely missed in that arena last night. But this is just a testament to. And I hate the fact that people just use it's the longevity, and they think it's so easy to do. It's like this dude's been averaging 20 to 25 points for 19 straight seasons, bro. That's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a testament to his greatness, a testament to his dedication to the game. He never cheats us out the game. He comes prepared every night, puts on a show. And man, I'm happy that he's gotten this milestone. And it's hard for me to say he is the GOAT because personally, those out there, I don't believe there's one definitive GOAT. There is no such thing in my mind because it's all preference and who you like and whatever.
What you saw.
Right, exactly. In the era you grew up in, and it's hard for me to say this one person is the greatest basketball player of all time, because to me, in my mind, that means you are the greatest in every facet of the game. So, and that's just simply unheard of. We've never seen that before. And I doubt
D'Lo not playing tonight.
He's not.
He got ruled out.
Yeah, you know what that means.
I'm going back to Cali.
We'll get to that. But yeah, man, this is a testament to LeBron James and his greatness, and salute to him, and what he's done. And for years to come, he may end up 40,000 points, over 40,000 points, over 10,000 assists, and over 10,000 rebounds. The only player in NBA history to do that, and the only player in history to be in the top 5 in points and assists. That is unheard of. That is literally unheard of. So, like, the man you're basically saying the man's passing to himself. Like, you really think about it. So, again, I can't say enough to the greatness of LeBron James and what he's done for the league and for my favorite franchise. And we are forever grateful as the Laker faithful.
Josh, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. I know, because I know you guys signed up. I'm gonna just say, I troll a lot. But LeBron, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a great career. And I'm saying it's like it's over. It's not even over. But just seeing what he did last night, a lot of people said that was an unbreakable record. And he broke it. And it looks like he's not even like slowing down at all, which is kind of scary. But I want to just shout out to him. Like, he's had probably like the almost perfect sports career. Never got in any trouble, always healthy most of the time, and always had that
no scandals,
none of that. Yeah. So I want to shout out LeBron for that, because you don't see that with a lot of black athletes. He's not vilified like that. He's only vilified on the basketball court. He's not vilified like outside of that. So I want to shout out LeBron and his team around him, because having a team around him like that to keep him focused, and his mom, his family, everybody. So I just want to shout out to everybody that's in his circle and himself. But you, Eric, you said a question that I don't think anybody's gonna break his record. Everybody that we've seen right now is gonna break that record.
Thomas.
Not other than Cam, I don't even think Luka said, I'm not playing that long. He flat out said that. So other than Luka, I don't see nobody else doing it. And KD already missed 2 full years due to injuries. Yeah. He's the only one who's going to be confident. So this is not going to be broken for a long time.
Yeah. I would say to play 20 years and not have like a career-threatening injury is like something really, really crazy, Like when we think about, our era and some of our favorite players like Mike, Kobe, they all had some big injuries in their career. Mike retired, came back, retired again. It broke his foot, you know what I'm saying? Kobe came off the bench when he first got started, and then during his later years had like a lot of nagging injuries. So to play at a high level for the past 20 years has just been really, really crazy. And then just doing it with multiple franchises is also crazy as well too. Like everywhere he's went, he's won. Like forget all the antics and stuff like that. It's just really like crazy to see somebody like that. Like just to always be on top of the game. Like is they say like Jay-Z's been on top of the game ever since Jay-Z came out. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z's able to adapt to many eras.
Armani,
in the past.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Also, Jared Vanderbilt is not playing today as well. So take that for what you will.
You know what that means?
Right. Going to Cali. But yeah, to have a player like just being able to adapt to times. And, times it's been like he been called like Wash King, all of this, etc. Josh, I know you called the Boris Diaw a few times, back in the day. But
yeah. It was a troll.
But
wait,
yeah,
hold on.
We got a Woj bomb, guys. We got a Woj bomb. ESPN sources: the Lakers are finalizing a deal to land Minnesota's D'Angelo Russell Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt in a trade, including Mike Conley and picks to Timberwolves and Russell Westbrook and lightly protected 2027 LA first round pick to the Jazz.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I just say this? A lot of people make fun of the Nets organization for just trying. The Timberwolves just give shit away every time.
Hold on. Update. We just got an update on that. Juan Toscano Anderson and Damon Jones to the Jazz. Nikhil Alexander Walker to the team.
Yes.
Yes. Get JTA out of here. Get him out of here.
I'll pack his bags. Let's go LAX. I'll pack his bags. Let's go. Get that man out of here.
They only gave up one pick.
The 2027, and it's likely protected.
I mean, just sidebar. I know I haven't been a big fan of D-Lo, but everybody deserves a second chance.
I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Everybody deserves a second. Everybody deserves a second chance. I know Laker Nation. We crucified Dwight Howard in his first year with LA. He came back. He was part of a championship team. So everybody deserves a second chance. But back to Braun is honestly 20 years, high level, averaging over 25. To Ernest's point, to be in that statistical categories like over the course of his career is just like really insane. Like something that nobody can be able to touch. We have to talk about longevity. 20 years, like that's a long time. Like when this man came in the league, I was in the 3rd grade.
Bro,
like
Amani, we was both 6. We was like 6'5" years old.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and to be 26 now, and like LeBron is still. It's like Jay-Z still putting out fire verses. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you can't beat it. They say Father Time is unbeatable, but like you might see like a couple of nagging injuries, stuff like that, but he definitely winning in terms of Father Time. But also I'm gonna make this last point. It's really, really dope to see that in the Laker jersey as well too. Going into the game, hearing about all the different celebrities that was at the game, Jay-Z, Denzel, Floyd, Usher, Bad Bunny,
like Kobe last
his
game,
family. Bro. Yeah, right. But it didn't play out like it did.
Yeah.
But it felt like it. It felt like a very important game that was a regular season game. Not even a playoff game, but it felt like a playoff game. Every time LeBron touched the ball, like the fans are just going crazy, But wish we could have got the W. I know we're going to talk about that later in the show because I got to cook LeBron. Even though we give you flowers, I also got to cook you too. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about Bron. Congratulations.
Yeah, man. So, the Lakers. Wow. So, as we segue from last night to today. Big trade news.
I know happening. Twitter's on fire right now.
Twitter's on fire right now. So during last night's game, let's go back to last night's game, but instead of about the we're gonna get off the LeBron topic, we're gonna wreck it. There was some things that were happening in the Laker in that game last night. The Russell Westbrook had a little falling out with Darvin Ham at halftime.
Well, it's over now.
And now it's over, and now as you can see. That was the final straw in which now you have a big trade, a 3-team deal. Russell Westbrook goes to the Utah Jazz. Now, what's going to happen to Russ when he gets to Utah? I think they're going to buy him out.
Yeah,
they hate him. He hates it there too.
Yeah, he's not playing one single minute out in Utah.
He's probably going to be on the Clippers or something like that.
Yeah, as a buyout. So with this trade that just got finalized, the Lakers get much needed depth and a talent upgrade at point guard to me. Yeah. And they got it. They get a couple of wings in Jared Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley who can shoot. Yeah. And D'Angelo Russell, who goes back to LA, who's much needed ball handler that they need. Yeah. Now with these two trades that they had the last couple of weeks, Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley, add LeBron, Anthony Davis, who was there was a little I don't know what's going on with him last night.
Can I talk about that real quick? I just know that there was there's been like some speculation. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know 100% what's going on, but just from what I've been seeing, I've been hearing one that he was upset that he got taken out the game for Thomas Bryant, and when LeBron had his moment, he wasn't on the court to share that moment with LeBron. The other thing, and this is a stretch. This is a stretch, but you just never know. What you put out in the atmosphere, things do happen. I guess AD heard about a trade that involved him. I don't know, but yeah, it was weird because and to Ernest's point, the game was so revolved around LeBron breaking the record. And I know Darvin had came out with something, I think either last night or earlier today, about it wasn't even about winning the game. It was just about him breaking the record, and AD, who I thought was going to also have a great game because, this is, I can't remember how many games he's been back, but it's just yo, bro, we need you to, cool, LeBron get his flowers, but of course, you dropping 11 points, that didn't help us at all.
Yeah,
He was playing weird. After he had the first basket, everything AD did in between was a blur. I know he had one good block, everything was a blur. And that picture that's going around Twitter right now, man, that speaks volumes, man.
Coming out the locker room, right?
Even the video too.
The video
when LeBron was like, "Yo, I love you," and
that felt weird. That felt weird because watching it during the game, you're not thinking of nothing, right? But at the end, it's okay, you see the picture of him, or everybody in the background cheering, going crazy, and AD just sitting there, and then it just and then that little clip in between, a timeout break or whatever, that LeBron is mic'd up talking to AD on the sideline. It just felt so weird, and AD has been really, really disappointed in how we've been, and just our ball club, we haven't been winning games. We've been losing games that we should be winning, so I get the frustration. But also it's you got to look at yourself in the mirror and take care of your body, because part of why we're losing these games is that you're not available. But yeah, I know they asked him yesterday, just I forgot what the question was, but he was just yo, win games. Simple as that. Winning changes everything, and I think that's a clear reason why he's upset. But go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, so I just find it kind of weird the way AD was acting last night. But plus on the sideline, he had to get reassurance from LeBron. It's okay, that was kind of weird. But at any rate, he needs to play better for the Lakers to at least get back into playoff contention and compete for a playoff spot and even have a chance in the West. Anthony Davis he's got to be the guy. He has to be the guy, because I know I said earlier that LeBron, he can go play at this level at age 40 and 41, but then again, those injuries catch up little by little. We see the last couple of years, he had an ankle injury, he had a couple of knickknacks, the injuries, the ankles, his legs. He missed last year. It was a disaster. 2 years ago, if AD doesn't go down against the Suns in the playoff series, who knows? So with this trade, it helps the Lakers a lot. Well, okay, so I'm going to actually give you I want your immediate reaction to this trade for all three teams: the T-Wolves, the Jazz, and the Lakers. For the Lakers, it's a big win. It's a huge win.
Oh my
God. This was a steal.
It's a steal. And also the only
give up one pick,
lightly protected,
and it was lightly protected. So I'm sure if it's lightly protected, it's probably maybe between top 5.
Wait, I'm gonna just say this real quick. You know what's gonna be kind of crazy? So Russ wears number 0, D'Lo wears number 0. You just gotta change the name on the back.
Number 1 was his number when he was with us before.
But, yeah, that's true. But man,
I mean, real quick,
Russ has been real. It's been real, Russ.
No, yeah. I mean, listen. What I want to say about Russell Westbrook, as frustrating as it was for all parties involved, I think he has been the utmost professional for this team. The amount of vitriol that's been thrown his way. Yes, Eric, also, you got another piece to that.
Okay, so according to Woj, Minnesota gets 2024 lesser of the Washington and the Memphis
second round pick.
And 2025 and 2026 second round picks via Utah.
I'm fine with that. Have them seconds. we kept a first. And I'll get into as to why we kept the first. Look, Josh is stretching because he knows we just stole that trade. Like, the reason why this is such a great trade for the Lakers is one, D'Lo's an expiring contract, so it doesn't eat up to the cap this offseason. Vanderbilt's only making $4 million. He'll be a restricted free agent after next year, and then. Malik Beasley. I keep saying Michael Beasley because it's crazy. Malik Beasley, who is he's a
shooter.
He shoots 37% or 37 to 39% on threes on a volume of 8 threes a game.
Ernest,
which is
all I'm gonna say, I feel you. But every time we say we land a shooter,
this is different. This is different.
Wait. You got more. So the Lakers 2027 first round pick to the Jazz is protected 1 to 4.
Yeah, which is fine. Which is even better. Oh my God! No, I need Rob Pelinka needs his flowers for this one. Rob Pelinka, listen, man. Oh man, this is such a great trade for LA, man.
I got
this
something.
Is such a great trade. Oh my God!
So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. The Lakers get the best player in the deal. The second best player in the deal, the third best player in the deal, and only give up 1 pick.
And we get off Russell Westbrook. Crazy.
I don't think I'm processing this shit right. I don't know. Y'all get the first best player in the deal, the second best player in the deal, and the third, and you give up a protected first.
Hey, look, it's a bag of chips.
I don't know. I mean, the only thing that's just I can't even comprehend what's going on. The thing that's funny about this trade is
shout out to the Lake Show. They're inviting me to their spaces right now. I told them I'll be on after my show. It's Laker Nation is on fire right now.
The funny thing about this trade is that nobody is talking about right now is Malik Beasley and Scottie Pippen Jr. on the same team. But
family affair.
Other than that,
wait, hold on. Time out. Run that by me real quick. What's up?
Malik Beasley used to date his mom's
Larsa Pippen.
Pippen.
So she like the young men.
Yeah. And now she dating Michael Jordan's son, which is insane.
Marcus Jordan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I don't know. The Lakers completely A++++. The Timberwolves get an F. I don't know what you do to you get Mike Conley and a second round pick for giving up the best player. I don't know, man.
So I'll give you the full trade details. The Lakers received D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jarrett Vanderbilt. Utah receives Russell Westbrook, Juan Toscano Anderson, Damian Jones, and a first round pick, protected 1 through 4. And Minnesota gets Mike Conley, Nickeil Alexander Walker, and 3 second round picks. That's the full trade. A freaking steal. Rob Pelinka, hats off to you, sir. You have done an amazing job. And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker now. We still have the 2029 first round pick, right? Who's to say we knock on the door, Toronto? Here's Pat Bev and Lonnie Walker for Gary Trent Jr. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I don't think I could podcast.
I'm just saying. Listen. We're probably going to lose to the Bucks tomorrow. I hate to say that, but after that, it's go time. It's go time. It's literally go time.
I don't know. I think the league agenda is just that. Y'all script is just give the Lakers a chip, bro. That's the script, bro.
So, question: does this take you out of the Cam Reddish sweepstakes?
I believe so.
Nobody want him.
I think
Portland does.
I think we got taken out of Cam Reddish sweepstakes.
But when we got some more.
Yeah, when we pivoted to because I think the trade chip was Kendrick Nunn. But
yeah,
I was told
give up.
I was told from someone really close to the Knicks. The Knicks had they have so many guards. What are we going to do with Kendrick Nunn? He's not going to get any minutes, so it didn't make any sense for them to take on Kendrick Nunn, even though he was an expiring contract. And I just think Rui has more upside than Cam Reddish as of right now. And you know my nickname for Rui Hachimura, that's Baby Kawhi. I see it. So yeah, I don't care, Josh. You could get upset all you want,
bro. The mid range is money, son.
It is.
The mid range is money.
We saw. Rui Hachimura. Listen,
he's not even listen. Defender he is.
Listen. Don't blame me. Phil Handy said it, and if Phil Handy said it, I'm gonna trust Phil Handy.
26? Today's his birthday, by the way.
He just turned. He just turned like 25, I think, or 26.
25,
yeah. That's maybe Kawhi.
And I heard Devin Booker and Ayton was going to be the next.
Okay. Also,
I don't know about that.
Also, with this trade, that eliminates the Knicks for trading Obi Toppin for Jared Vanderbilt, because those were the rumors earlier this week. So that goes out the way.
Man, I'm sorry, it's still like the worst time to have a show when this is happening, but this is insane. But yeah, man. Hats off to Rob Pelinka. I know it was away for a while. We're picking off where we left off. I know we were still on the LeBron topic, or do we pivot?
Yeah, we pivoted.
Yeah, let's. I mean,
this is fucking trade.
Since this huge trade goes down, let's talk about the trade deadline.
We already had one back on Sunday.
So yes, early. Let's start on Sunday, and then we'll get to tonight. Sunday, and we'll get Josh's perspective on this as a Brooklyn Net faithful. The Brooklyn Nets, Friday, Kyrie Irving requests a trade because extension talks. The Nets wanted to kind of wait and see. Kyrie Irving, kind of didn't want that. He wanted a commitment right then and there. So because he felt like he was being played with, he actually decided to request a trade out of Brooklyn. Evidently, he was linked to 3 teams, which was Phoenix, Lakers, 4 teams: Phoenix, Lakers, Clippers, and the Dallas Mavericks. Ultimately, he wound up on the Mavericks, with them dealing a first-round 2029 pick and 2 seconds, and Dorian Finney-Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie to the Nets for Kyrie Irving, and Markieff Morris. What are your thoughts on the trade? We'll save Josh for last. Eric, what are your thoughts on the trade itself? I know you want to slander Brooklyn because you're a Knicks fan, but let's keep it strictly on. The trade and the framework of everything. Yeah. And what are your thoughts on that?
In terms of the trade, I think it was a good trade for the Nets. I believe that. Because listen, Josh, hear me out.
I was expecting that.
Hear me out. No, I'm going through it in this perspective. So, the Dallas Mavericks, you got an all NBA player in Luka Doncic. He heard in the last couple weeks that he needs help. And in the games I've been watching the Mavericks play, he needs help. So basically anytime you have a 12-point lead with Luka on the floor, he goes to the bench, get a break. He comes back in the game, they're down 8. So he's forced to come back and put the team on his shoulders and win games by himself. So for the Mavs, it's more of they're on the clock to win the championship because no free agents is signing with the Mavericks anytime soon. And on top of that, Luka Doncic, if they're not careful with him in the next 3 years with that extension, he's on the clock. So you better get some help ASAP. And Mark Cuban decided, okay, you got to get this done. I know it's a risk for getting Kyrie Irving, but he's a talent. As far as the Nets are concerned, the fact that they got back 3 picks, the unprotected 2029 first, that's big for them. And and 2 seconds, 27, 29, as big. Also, it gives him more depth and more reinforcements with Ben Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith as they need more defense. Now, what does this mean for Kevin Durant? Don't know yet. But they've been taking calls from the Phoenix Suns about a possible deal. But the thing is that they're on borrowed time because from now trade deadline, you're not going to get enough time to at least see what the direction your team wants to go to. Okay, so now the Nets are in the bind, and they had conversations with, and you heard, and I don't know if you heard yesterday or Monday that the Nets and Kevin Durant, they had hard conversations about what direction the organization wants to go with Durant, and it said talks are fluid. So when you have hard conversations and talks are fluid in the same sentence, for me, it's best believed that I think he stays past trade deadline, but come June, I think he gets moved because I think that I think that the consensus is you had 3 of the top 10 NBA, 3 of the top 10 NBA players all time on your roster at the same time 2 years ago.
You lost all of them.
And
crazy.
The fact that they only got 1 playoff series win out of that experiment, and the fact that you allow this whole distractions and everything outside of basketball infiltrate what could have been a championship for the Brooklyn Nets, and now it's down to you had Harden and Kyrie and Katie all asked for trades in the last calendar year. I think the organization needs to be looked at quite differently. I'm hearing from Nets Twitter that they want Sean Marks out of there because it's about to be a mutiny out there. Joe Tsai, they're trying to he might be the second coming of James Dolan. Even worse.
You worry about the Liberty more.
So if I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, I'm calling for an all-out rebuild or all-out reset. Start from the summer and get it going. Because I thought last summer they should have started doing that. Because you knew that Kyrie was not going to, you wanted to give him an extension, but you wanted to give him stipulations. And also on top of the stipulations, you wanted to, the rumor was that the third option, the option year was that contingent on the Brooklyn Nets winning the championship. Like, how can you put stipulations on that contract that doesn't make sense. So for Kyrie to demand a trade, it makes sense for him. So now I think they really need to start focusing on resetting everything in the summer.
I think actually that I'll probably say that was probably the fastest I've seen a player. Obviously the trade deadline was coming up, but that was the fastest I've seen a player request a trade and then get traded like 4 days later. Like he asked for a trade on last week Thursday. Man's got traded on Sunday. Like I thought that was really crazy. The surprising thing was that the Mavericks was that the Mavericks was the one who was able to pull the trigger. I really questioned the fit. But when you think about it, like Luka Doncic obviously can facilitate. But
also, I'm so sorry to cut you off. Just in. Russell Westbrook suitors, if bought out or when to be bought out by the Jazz, will be the Heat, Clippers, Nets, Wizards, Hornets.
I don't believe that.
Imagine the Nets with Russ and Ben Simmons on the same team.
That's not true. Even though I'd rather Russ over Ben Simmons. But
absolutely. You would rather Russ over Ben Simmons.
Yeah, of course. Also, he's going to shoot the ball.
Also, Chicago may be in the mix as well. I think it's all contingent on obviously role. If if Kyle Lowry, again, a lot of shit can happen between now and the trade deadline. If Kyle Lowry is dealt, I can see Russell Westbrook being bought out and going to Miami because that's a starting point guard void they need to fill. Clippers been clamoring for a point guard. Obviously, they're still in talks with Toronto. We're getting Fred VanVleet. They were in talks to trying to get Mike Conley. Obviously, that is off the table. So yeah, man. Keep cooking.
Yeah, what I was saying about like the fit, the fit I'm just a little bit concerned about, but like, you know, what we seen in Brooklyn when James Harden was running the point, like Kyrie was able to flourish. Them losing Dorian Finney-Smith, who was their best perimeter defender, it's like, all right, now you're gonna have to find somebody to fill that gap because Tim Hardaway Jr., not it. Christian Wood, not it in terms of the defense, and that's something that Jason Kidd really hangs his hat on. Like, he was a big reason why they won that Game 7, won that series, and just in general against the Phoenix Suns last year. As far as like Brooklyn, you know, Spencer Dinwiddie goes back, Dorian Finney-Smith's pull up. I don't know. I really don't know. And then now there's trade talks about KD, but I think, like you said, Eric, that might get put on hold until the summer because what I read earlier is that no team wants to trade like an asset, a valuable asset to Brooklyn to give KD the reason to stay. You know, everybody's looking for the KD sweepstakes in the offseason, which makes sense. That's like great strategy right there.
But that's dumb. You could have had him this summer, past summer, and nobody wanted to do it. That's
right.
dumb.
So it's really weird because like just Kyrie and KD, it was just like they probably sit there and text each other like, yo, what flings can we start today? You know, every single day. You know, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Not mainly for KD, more for Kyrie, because, you know, I like to make this point. Kyrie, KD's the reason why Kyrie is other way around. They're the reason why they teamed up in 2019, right? And to play that many years and have nothing to show for it at all, like nothing. To Eric's point, you get James Harden, you get KD, you got Kyrie on the same team, and they'll lose they'll lose two of them, which is really crazy, and nothing to show for it at all. And mainly, the main issue was Kyrie. Obviously, Kyrie has his reasons and stuff like that for not wanting to play, not wanting to take the vaccine, the whole situation he was dealing with in the beginning of the season. You know, those situations that he was dealing with put the Nets organization on the back burner, you know? And now it's just like, because that trade request came left field. I don't think we expected it, but then again, you gotta think about it's Kyrie. The man's bipolar. Like, you know, like come on now. But I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna just give the whole timeline. They signed, right? They signed, right? Kyrie is both sides are responsible. The management, ownership, and Kyrie. They always been button heads because mainly.
Yes, Bernard Anthony Larasso, the Westbrook trade is legit. It went down early. It went down not too long ago.
Yes, that trade is super legit. Just in case you missed it, the details of the trade are. Let me just pull it up again. Where we at? Okay, details of the trade. The Lakers acquired D'Angelo Russell from Minnesota. They also acquired Malik Beasley and Jarrett Vanderbilt from Utah. Utah acquires Russell Westbrook, Juan Toscano Anderson, Damian Jones, and a first-round pick from the Lakers, and it's a protected first-round pick. And Minnesota receives Mike Conley and Nickeil Alexander-Walker from Utah, and three second-round picks, from the Lakers. So yes, the trade is legit, Bernard. The trade is legit. The Lakers have now traded Russell Westbrook. The 360 era is officially over. And yeah, man.
Yeah. Next, see, that's the thing. The Nets, how are you gonna disrespect somebody who disrespects them? I'm not backing the Nets like that because I have my own problems with the front office and the ownership. But at the same time, Kyrie got to give him something. Kyrie, what happened? He went on his
he's an investment.
Remember, he told the team. It started with when they first signed. KD didn't play. He played 20 games. Was like, oh, my shoulder hurt. All right, whatever. KD's not playing. We don't. All right.
Remember the bubble year, right? when KD was hurt, there was a lot of reports are saying that he was like, I'm not here to play without KD. So yikes.
Exactly. So, in the Nets, even though I get on management and ownership, they let them get away with everything. So now it's like they waited too late to be like, no. So now it's the spoiled kid. Oh, you telling me no? Okay, I don't want to be here. But let me just go through the timeline. After the bubble, he's like, oh, my shoulder hurt. Then the bubble happens. Then he's like, yeah, what Eric said. Nah, I'm not playing without KD. I'm standing for something because of the whole things that was going on during that time. All right, whatever. Cool. Next year comes around. That's his best year as a Net, 50, 40, 90. But then, remember, he disappeared for like 3 weeks. Nobody, the general manager, the coach, did not know where he was at. We found out on TMZ he was at parties. Like, bro, why are you not telling us okay, you just telling us, oh, I'm not going to be here. And then we just like, oh, we don't know where Kyrie's at. It is what it is, right? So we go past that. He had a successful year. Then he gets hurt. Not his fault that he got hurt because it's Giannis. Giannis is doing an illegal basketball move, whatever. We moved on. Next year, the Nets offer. The Nets offer.
No, you can't just say that and then keep going.
Listen, it's over. It's over. The next year, this is when KD leads Team USA. They gave him a Team USA full of D-list players at this point, and he wins the gold medal. He's the only one that signed an extension with the Nets. The Nets extended offers to James Harden and Kyrie also. Kyrie and James Harden was like, no, because I want more money. I'm going to sign it later. All right, KD's the only one who signed. He's like, no, I just want to hoop. I'm balling, whatever. Kyrie don't sign it and then don't take the vaccine. And then the Nets is like, yo, we taking this offer off the table. You don't want to sign this 4-year extension for your security, and then you're not going to take the vaccine. Listen, the vaccine thing, I don't care. Whatever you do, which is your body, whatever. But
no, the main his reason for when I was actually talking to my homies about this yesterday, his main reason for not taking the vaccine was that he wanted to be, I don't want to necessarily use the word a catalyst, but I'm not a poster child either, because like he felt that people like healthcare workers, people was losing their jobs for not taking it, and he wanted to be a person that, I don't want to necessarily say support it, but like the face of it. That was his reason for not wanting to take the vaccine. It was not really so much about like the body thing. It was about like, people's out here losing their jobs. Like us regular people is out here losing our jobs because we're not taking the vaccine. And he cannot play games and get paid to not play games. So, but go ahead.
And that's fine. And you know what? The Nets didn't even have to pay him for the away games because they were still paying him when he wasn't playing. They still paid him half his salary. The Nets was doing everything, even though I don't like what Sean Marks and Joe Tsai been doing for this 3 years. They've been going out their way to make them feel comfortable. That whole thing happens. They take the offer off the table, and now he's mad that he don't got an offer now. Bro, they just want you to play ball. Just play ball. He this summer, remember we talked, and he was like, you know what? I'm not gonna sign my player option. I'm gonna just take the minimum. I'm gonna go take the minimum or whatever the mid-level exception. Go play for the Lakers. They was like, okay, fine, then do it. You know what he did? He's like, nah. I was just playing, guys. I'm back.
Wait. No. The thing was, they told him, go seek a sign and trade elsewhere for a team that's going to give you the extension that you're looking for.
Nobody trusted him.
No, it wasn't that. The Lakers couldn't do it because they didn't have the money. And on top of that, no one was taking Russell Westbrook in the beginning of the year. So the issue was, it was only one option. The option was, do you opt out and take a vet minimum to sign with the Lakers? He wasn't doing that. He was going to take the money, and he opted into his $37 million contract in his final year. That's what he did. If the Lakers had an opportunity to get him, he would have been a Laker this past off season.
But that still doesn't negate the fact, because he's going around telling stories now that the Nets didn't want him. We been offered you that 4-year extension. You didn't sign it.
But all right. So again, context. There was a 4-year extension. There was a 4-year extension offered, but there were stipulations.
No. But I'm not even talking about that second one. I'm talking about the very first one where KD, James Harden, all of them, they all got extension offer.
It was supposed to be a domino effect. KD signs the extension, which he did. He signed that extension first. Then it was supposed to be James Harden. Then it was supposed to be Kyrie Irving. But the wrench that threw all that crap off was
Kyrie.
Well, yes, but also James Harden wanting out because he didn't want to play with Kyrie.
So the problem is Kyrie. That's what I'm saying. Kyrie, you're the problem in all of this. And you know what? People joke that the Nets don't have fans. We don't have this. You had the biggest support out of all stars here. People cheer for you more than KD here, bro. People supported you through whatever bullshit you was going through. And you talking about, I wanted to feel wanted. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. That's bull. And then that stipulation, that stipulation shit is bullshit also. Because everybody has a championship thing in their contract. Drew Holiday got $1 million. That was a stipulation. The stipulation can't be that much. It's a part of the CBA. Let's not fall for that. We falling for stupidness. And Chris Haynes is the only one. I'm not saying Chris Haynes reports good stuff, but he's the only one that reported that. Shams didn't say it. Woj didn't say it. Mark Stein didn't even say it. So it was like, I don't know, Kyrie. You got to look yourself in the mirror and really see why people do not trust you. That's my whole thing throughout this whole process. Yes, everybody can laugh about the Nets failing. We tried, yes, but Kyrie, you have to look yourself in the mirror and understand why the Nets was like, maybe we want to put that you got to play a certain amount of games to get a certain amount of money. Is that a problem? I don't think so. And I'm not gonna go on that other side of things saying, oh, you was a bad friend to KD and all that. I don't care about that. KD's already a millionaire, almost a billionaire. I don't care. What about the poor fans? What about me? You don't care about that, but you want to care about people losing. I don't care. He don't care about it. He just cared about himself. He cared about himself. That's what Kyrie is. He showed us time after time. Cleveland, Boston, Brooklyn. We go see it this summer with Dallas.
So my question to you is, as a Nets fan, what now?
What now? They just gonna try to convince themselves once again. 6 months later, come on, Katie. We're gonna try to convince you. We're gonna try to get Siakam. Then they're not gonna. The Nets are not gonna get any trades. I'm gonna tell you the script right now.
You mean as far as this season or the off season?
No, this season.
Okay. Yeah.
The Nets are not gonna get any deals that improves this team to convince KD to stay. And then we're gonna go through this whole thing all over again. KD, which is why I respect him. He's not gonna do it during the season. That's why they taking advantage of his kindness now, because we deserve. I can't believe I'm saying this. Sean Marks, you have to be fired. You have to be fired. I'm sorry, bro. You drafted Cam Thomas, drafted Nick Claxton, Jared Allen. You deserve to be fired. 3 stars asked for his trade in a year. That's a fireable offense. I'm sorry. You have to go.
Yeah.
Chris Haynes has just reported Chicago Bulls are interested in signing Russell Westbrook should he secure a buyout with the Jazz. So I guess like I said, I think he'll go to one of 3 teams: Miami, Clippers, or Bulls. Because those three teams need a point guard.
They need a point guard.
Starting point guard.
The Bulls are another team that's delusional too.
Especially the Bulls.
Delusional. But that's all I had to say about the Nets because it's both sides to blame. But Kyrie, Please look yourself in the mirror. Don't say you wasn't wanted. I don't want to hear that. And Knicks fans, stop laughing because as long as I've been a Nets fan, at least they tried and they succeeded at getting stars.
That's true.
We will get another star again. Just know we're gonna get another star again while y'all still trying to figure out RJ Barrett. Right? That's all I gotta say. That's it.
RJ Barrett, he's on the clock. I started next year. So
yeah, I see y'all getting a little restless with him. I see y'all.
Yeah. His defense has been trashed this season, so he's gonna be on the clock starting next year. You lucky that he got that poison pill on that new contract he just signed in December. But yeah, he's gonna be on the clock.
That's one thing I just appreciate that the Nets try because I don't want to be out here like the Kings and the Charlotte Hornets, being mid for mad long. At least they trying. I will do this again. I will get rid of the whole D'Lo thing and do the KD thing again. It's just unfortunate situations. A pandemic happened once in 100 years. Who would have thought? It is what it is. But that's it. That's it. Now we can focus on success stories and shit.
Listen, I think
like Cam Thomas.
I would say, look, I mean, do the Nets trade Kevin Durant before 3 p.m. tomorrow?
It's possible.
That's possible. About to say that's not out of the realm, especially for the stuff I've been hearing. It's not out the realm. Will it happen? I would say slim. I think it would be better for them to wait until the offseason because teams have cap space. You when you're building your squad, it's a lot more easier to kind of you have flexibility to move things around rather than in season. But let's not. It can happen. I'll go on the record and say I am actively pushing an agenda. I am actively pushing a narrative. I need Clutch and I need 35 Ventures to get in the room together. I need both Rich Paul and Rich Kleiman to get on the phone or meet in the office, wherever. We may need to talk about an Anthony Davis for Kevin Durant trade. And I think it helps both parties. It gives KD a chance to win the championship right now. And it gives the Nets a star in Anthony Davis that you pair with Ben Simmons and, ain't shit funny and Cam Thomas.
Ugly.
I think the Nets do this? Do I think the Nets do this?
Finney-Smith.
If I look, and the reason why I say this is because look, if you look at the landscape, if Anthony Davis is on the table, there's no other better player that the Nets can probably get for Kevin Durant.
Right,
any trade.
The value is match.
In any trade.
The value is match.
And I think you have an 8. And listen,
here match.
Well,
it matches.
I mean, if you look at AD from a defensive standpoint, yes.
Yeah, it matches.
You have Cam Thomas cooking on offense, and you have I'm just saying.
We have a deep play on our team already, man.
I just think having Nick Claxton and AD will be hell for teams to deal with. You know what I'm saying? It'll keep the Nets sick. It'll keep the Nets in contention. And again, like I said, I think both parties win in that. But again, that is just an agenda I'm personally pushing. Do I want Anthony Davis traded? Absolutely not. Not for a damn soul unless it's for Kevin Durant. Then I do it.
Oh, how
I'm
convenient.
Just saying. Of course. I'm just saying.
Listen,
we do have a 2029 unprotected we can offer. We also
just saw Rudy Gobert go for 5 picks for 1 pick.
Listen. Austin Reeves is equivalent to a first-round pick.
Oh my God!
Austin Reeves is equivalent to a first-round pick. We could package Austin Reeves. We could package the first-round 2029 unprotected and Anthony Davis for Kevin Durant. But again, that's just my own personal agenda. Do I think it'll happen? Hell no. But for the culture, having LeBron and AD on the same team, we need it. We need it.
Sean Marks, this is a cry for help. I just asked for you to get fired, yes. But look, This is what you could do. If you could somehow, I know it's not no stars that Katie would like.
Oh,
but yeah.
Okay. You still need picks, right?
We got picks. We got like 4.
You
We
want
got
more
4 in the
picks?
chamber.
You want more picks?
No, we're not talking to the Knicks.
I mean,
No.
you got this year's pick. You got the
No.
Mavericks pick.
No.
You got the Wizards pick. You still
Hey,
you got
listen,
11.
y'all can have Julius Randle.
Hey,
Julius Randle, RJ Barrett.
Two-time All-Star.
Listen, Julius Randle and RJ Barrett and 5 first-round picks
For Kevin Durant.
for KD.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
I want nothing to do with RJ Barrett on my team.
RJ Barrett and Cam Thomas will be the future. You're welcome.
Hey,
Go get OG Gary Trent, you know what I'm saying? And let's build a roster like the Raptors did with Kawhi or Dirk with those championship teams. Because you're not gonna get no other star right now. Try to build a whole bunch of good, solid basketball players around here, and let's see what happens. Other than that, I don't want to see nothing stupid. Because your job is on the line. Joe Tsai, I'm this close to finding a racist email. It's close.
Hey, but yeah, now
Yo,
that
can we ban him?
Cam Reddish. Oh no! All right. Hey,
that's the first name I saw. Can we ban him? Maybe RJ.
That is hilarious. Now that we gone through the Kyrie Irving saga and he's in Dallas. I'm not sure if you guys touch on it because I've been in and out because of this whole Lakers stuff and how I'm connected to that. The fit between Luka and Kyrie is very interesting to me because Luka is like baby Braun without the athleticism, in a sense, but his game is very more like dribble James Harden-esque like. I don't know how to work out. I mean, Kyrie Irving debuts tonight against the Clippers. Luka should be back on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, and then we'll both see both of those guys play together. Hey, we got like 4 months of it. Do I think this puts them in a championship like contenders in the West? They're a threat. Like I would say, in most of the series that they'll play now, they'll probably have the 2 best players in the series if they don't, depending on who they go up against, whoever that matchup is. But also, they got significantly worse on defense. And it's going to be a great show to watch. I mean, you're going to see Kyrie, cook, and you're going to see Doncic do his thing. But I just feel like,
and that's something I was talking about, giving up somebody like Dorian Finney-Smith, who's their best perimeter defender, right? And then just trying to outscore teams, like it's not going to work. And defense is something that Jay Kidd hangs his hat on. For a team constructed like that, and you're looking at all of the personnel on that team, but before this trade happened, right? You're like, yo, how the hell are they playing like one of the best defenses in basketball? Like, well, how do they have one of the best defensive teams in basketball? Because of the philosophy that Jay Kidd had, because of somebody like Dorian Finney-Smith. Losing him, their backup power forward is Bertans, who they don't really play, Kleber, who's injured. So it's like, where do you go from here with that? Now, I'm hearing that they're trying to package a deal between Tim Hardaway Jr. and Christian Wood to see if they could get somebody else. I don't know if that's another star.
They're trying to get Vanderbilt.
Oh, well, too late. Well,
yeah, the Lakers got him now.
Right. So it's like, where do you go from here? Because you're going to need that that wing defender. You're going to need it, especially on the West.
Yeah. I
don't think it works.
Right now, their starting 5 is Dwight Powell is their center. Their power forward. when he comes back will be Maxi Kleber,
Right.
and then your small forward is going to be what, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
And then you got Luka and Kyrie. So
You see what you asked for, Kyrie? You see that?
And this is why
Well, he didn't ask for Dallas.
But this is why I always believe that Kyrie's best fit was with LA, because you have two guys that can kind of help offset, those efficiencies. So, hey, but it is what it is, and now he's here, and we'll see how this saga continues. I don't think
it works.
I don't think it works either, but like
I don't think it works.
I think personally Kyrie's not staying there long term. Little tidbit, since we're going to segue into the next trade that literally just happened between the Lakers, Jazz, and T-Wolves. By the Lakers acquiring D'Angelo Russell, he is an expiring contract. And with that being said, this opens the door for a double signing trade, to where if Dallas does not reach an agreement somehow with Kyrie Irving to stay there, then at that point, if there's no other suitors, you can do a sign and trade by sending D'Angelo Russell to Dallas and then sending Kyrie to LA, in which that would not hard cap both teams, because that is legally to do as per the CBA. So the Lakers leave the door cracked open for for the Kyrie flirtation that's been happening over the last 2 years.
Good luck. Good luck.
I think ultimately that's where Kyrie wants to end up. Obviously with the unfinished business with LeBron, but also the lore of the Lakers and his connection to Kobe Bryant. I think that's the ultimate reasoning as to why he wants to be in LA. And who doesn't want to be in LA? I mean, it's the Lakers. And obviously having those three together is probably the best perfect trio we've ever seen in history, but just based off skill set. But again, what are your guys' thoughts on the trade today that just happened with LA, Utah, and Minnesota?
Well, for me, like I said earlier,
But you're muted. You're muted, Armani.
You're muted, Armani.
I'm gonna just say this real quick. Y'all can come back to me, but I'm gonna just say, D-Lo, welcome back to LA. But don't be out here snitching, bro. Like, don't be out here snitching, bro.
I think
you're older now.
I think he's learned from that, but also like LeBron is there. There's a different level of leadership.
Yeah. Somebody called us the Minnesota Timberwolves 2.0. You know what's crazy? Lakers started out in Minnesota, and here we are again with a mad Timberwolves players. Like crazy, yo.
Yeah.
But go ahead, though.
Yeah, so for me, for this trade, it's a win for the Lakers. They get much needed depth, and they get a much needed upgrade at the point guard, and they get much needed upgrade in shooting with Malik Beasley. For the Timberwolves, they still get 3 second-round picks, but they still giving up picks like they did for the Rudy Gobert trade. They get Mike Conley, who's gonna help them. Who's being now their starting point guard. It's gonna help him with Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. So that should help out. That should help out the T-Wolves in that department. As far as for the Jazz, they get another pick. So
yeah,
now they are loaded with
OKC-ish.
Oh, they are okay. Yeah, like 50. Yeah, 50. I seen a tweet from Wilson that they got 15 picks, cap space near $60 million, and young players. So they are fully loaded to make a big run in free agency, draft, make some big trades. So I think it's a win and also they can still buy out Russell Westbrook because he's not going to be playing over there. So that's clear. That's going to clear up another additional salary cap for the Jazz. So they're locked up and loaded to make a big free agent splash or make a big trade. And that's Danny Ainge. He's back at it again with his antics and tricks.
There's one thing for certain.
And you know what's crazy about OKC? I just want to touch up on them real quick. Listen, they're playing well now. You add Chet to this combination.
They cooked
Well,
us
yeah.
last night.
And then here's a kicker. You'll have Chet, you'll have SGA, and then you could package those picks to get something else. I mean,
Yeah.
KD, bring him back. Give us those picks.
I don't
Give us
think
those picks.
I don't think he's going back to Oklahoma City though. But yeah, continue.
But yeah, that's
Oh yeah, I think it's on Josh now. Josh,
yeah.
what's your?
I will say this: the Jazz won't be signing anybody. They could just get that out of there.
Yeah, they're definitely
Utah
buying out.
ass.
Yeah, they're buying out
They-
Russ. Like
The
that's for
Utah
sure.
ass. That's what
Like,
they are.
other than that, I guess like Danny Ainge, you're only good to people because you fleeced the Nets at a bad time. You're not gonna do that again. These picks that you got ain't gonna amount to nothing. So I wish nothing but the worst for you, Danny Ainge. But it was a completely dumb deal for the Timberwolves. They give it the best player, and they get back Mike Conley and 3 second-round picks. I don't know. That doesn't really help me. Like you're wasting away. I don't even know what's happening with Cat, so that's a conversation for another day. But you're wasting away Ant-Man right now. What's going on?
I don't think they're wasting away Ant-Man. I think they're actually opening up more responsibility for Ant-Man. Because here's the thing: DeAndre Russell is an expiring. He has an expiring contract. He's going to be a free agent this offseason. They had the T-Bulls have a decision to make. You're already paying Gobert. You're already paying Cat. Ant-Man's coming up for an extension. He's going to want a max rookie extension. So that tax bill is going to look pretty crazy. And then you're going to pay DeAndre Russell that's like, semi-max. So like
I don't want to hear tax. You're billionaires. Don't talk to me about losing millions of dollars.
No, I understand. Trust me, I'm the last person that's going to defend a billionaire owner. But at the same time, though, I understand finances, especially NBA finances. You got to be smart. Is having those guys on capped out deals while you paying a tax, is that going to get you a chip? It's not. No. It's not. Let's just keep it 100. It's not. So you got to find ways to kind of make things okay. Where you going? How you're going to pivot? Then on top of that, you acquire Mike Conley, who's more of a traditional point guard. D'Angelo Russell is a shooting guard with point guard skills. You get what I'm saying? So, like at the end of the day, his skill set isn't really conducive to Ant-Man because Ant-Man needs the ball in his hand. He is the guy. So you have Mike Conley who could kind of orchestrate the offense a little bit more, and he's a more of a floor general than D'Angelo Russell is. Then also D'Angelo Russell is in a situation now where he is actually needed because he can shoot the ball. The Lakers need shooting. They're the 29th worst team in the league from 3. So, D'Angelo Russell brings a need to the Lakers, and he's a bigger guard because Darvin Ham has a fetish with playing these 3-guard lineups with Russell Westbrook, Patrick Beverley, and Dennis Schroeder.
So Steve Nash when y'all coaching staffs? That's what Steve Nash is doing in Brooklyn.
You just call Darvin Ham Steve Nash? That's nasty. So
that sounds like a lineup he put out there. I'm not gonna lie.
So it's really insane, when Darvin does that. So, at the end of the day, Rob Pelinka made a deal to save Darvin Ham from himself. Now, I do anticipate there was another deal happening because you have now Beasley, you added Russell, and now you also added Vanderbilt. And Beasley and Russell are guards. So you have those 2 guys, Lonnie Walker, Troy Brown Jr., Austin Reeves, who all need minutes. And we're not even talking about Max Christie either. Those guys need minutes. So you have to figure, and then Patrick Beverley, I forgot about him too. So you have to figure out where the minutes are going to come from. There's a logjam there. I anticipate because Lonnie Walker is making, I believe, $9 million or $8 million due to the MLE, and you package him with Patrick Beverley, who's also an expiring and a first. Maybe you can net Bogdanovich. Maybe you can net Gary Trent Jr. or something like that. So we'll see. But I personally like the deal. I think the Lakers got to steal It's crazy. They got the 3 best players in the trade. Literally, they got the 3 best players in the trade. Considering, obviously Russ is a Hall of Fame. I'm not going to diminish that. But at least for
just the time of his career.
Yeah, just for the fit and the time of his career, the Lakers completely came out on a win on this trade. But I don't think they're done. But this is the right move in the right direction. And I think now LeBron should be even more comfortable with the front office and how they're moving and how they're building around him. And
their roster got younger. Think about that.
A lot younger. And if you think about it, now they have so many guys that they could, I can't wait to watch some tape and some film. Because like now I'm salivating on the switchability. They could throw out a lineup of AD, Vando, Rui Hachimura, LeBron, and whoever else. Beasley, you could throw out there. D'Lo, you can switch. Everyone can switch. So it's like I love it. This
that's like Toronto Raptors basketball, honestly.
Right, like the Lakers have wins now.
And
it forces Darvin Ham to not play a
small guard lineup.
Honestly, it should be no excuse why he runs that. It should be.
And on top of that, you
can't run it no more.
The minute I see Darvin Ham put out a lineup of Patrick Beverley, Schroeder, D'Angelo Russell, and Dennis Schroeder, I'm on his head. Like that's a fireable offense.
But and also, not to cut you off, but you could play like a sort of like a Nick Nurse junk defense lineup with now you got versatile wings.
Yep, right. Exactly. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you could have a play zone, man to man, whatever type, and start throwing teams off kilter. Having that combination and that rotation is like you could like stack up minutes between Vanderbilt and LeBron and Rui. And you could really the Lakers could be really interchangeable defensively.
Why just by length alone. Wait this shit, bro. I can't understand it. Like,
hey, Josh, if you want a team that's not gonna play around all in the interviews, that's not going to dictate the narrative, that's not gonna capitulate all the way to the stars, come to death row and be a Laker fan, bro.
I just want to see one. I would have been content for the rest of my life. Like legit. They could have went back to doing 12-70. I would have been fine.
You know what's so funny? Ernest and I, we went to the Nets game the other night.
Oh, we didn't have fans? Did we have fans there?
I had no fans. I had no fans there. No fans there. It was a bunch of international people.
All right, guys,
just sightseeing.
I'm gonna see y'all.
That's crazy. But the next night, you was at MSG.
Yeah, it was lit, man. But Ernest looked at me and said, "You know what's crazy? We got to see a championship out of 2 of these teams. We got to see a finals matchup out of 2 of these teams. Yeah. Guess not." Yeah, and it's really crazy. That's something that was so built up. KD versus Braun. It was the writing was on the wall. So you had KD versus Braun. You got Russ's nemesis in KD, Russ' former teammate in James Harden, Kyrie's former teammate in Braun. Like the writing was on the wall. The narrative was there, but the Nets couldn't hold up the end of the bargain. But anyway, like I was saying,
the Nets always been successful when our guys played. Y'all guys was playing. I don't know what y'all was other than the bubble year. I'm talking about Westbrook out there. I don't know what happened after that. Y'all just never in the playoff picture. I don't know what's up.
I'm gonna just say this. Look, we all know this. And
hold on. The Nets. Y'all had one playoff win, one playoff series win. What are you talking about?
I'm saying. We always been in the playoff picture. We always been a top seed, and the.
Oh, so the bar is that low. Okay, so just making the playoffs. Cool. No, I get it.
But we didn't lose when we was never healthy.
That's no excuse. The Lakers were never healthy either. The Lakers weren't healthy last season, and the year before that we weren't healthy.
But I'm saying when we were never healthy, we was at least still a good team. Y'all just badly constructed.
You're backed up in the corner. Yeah, but at the end of the day,
Y'all badly
you did,
constructed.
but at the end of the day, what's the goal? Win a championship. Y'all have yet to do that.
Not even come close.
Especially with the three
wait.
superstars they had on that team.
Knicks.
Yo.
This is a different conversation, Knicks.
Oh,
No,
it's
listen,
not.
I don't know, man.
Deion Waiters got more rings than the Nets. It's crazy.
No, we have 2, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. We have 2.
Anyway, like I was saying,
Philly cheese. Shout out to Philly cheese, man.
From a Lakers fan perspective, like I like the deal. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be another season where we were unable to get off Russell Westbrook. But I just want to say that for one, y'all already know how I feel about Russ. I was never anti-Russ. Like to Ernest's point earlier in the show, he handled his role like a true professional. Even though like some of the writing was there on the wall that like he'd vibe well with the rest of the teammates, like, you know. But I've heard that this is something that he's been doing back in his days in Oklahoma, like not joining the huddles. You know, after that loss against Boston, which I really want to get into about these stupid referees. You know, Russ was on tape saying, you know, like, let's just have fun, win, lose, or draw. And I'm just like, how do you say that wearing the purple and gold? How do you say that and being in this organization that it's winner bust? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't win the championship in the season, like we're getting crucified for it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, to finally get rid of Russ is actually crazy. Like, I didn't think this day was gonna come. To pick up D'Angelo Russell, you know, I wasn't too big on D'Lo when he first got to LA, and then after the whole snitching situation, like it was down here from there. But then he revived himself in Brooklyn, and going to a couple of Brooklyn Nets games. Like, I will say that but Josh, you could speak on this too. Being a Nets fan and having that whole D'Lo run,
that's the culture that Sean Marks wants back. By the way,
that was a fun ride. That was a fun ride. You know what I'm saying? So we get that back. We get a shooter.
The Jared
back.
Dudley days. Yeah.
We get a shooter back on the team.
Can you blame him? My fault.
No. Yeah, I can't blame Sean Marks and that's the thing. Like, I knew the writing was on the wall for this whole Nets thing when literally after y'all got swept by Boston last year, the first thing Joe Tsai came out with was he was losing money, and then Sean Marks comes out and says, we want our we like our culture back and this, that, and the third. So, and then Kyrie gets on a podium and says, well, me, Kevin Durant, Joe Tsai, and Sean Marks will manage the franchise going forward. So clearly Sean Marks wants the old thing back. You know, the guys who listened, the guys who worked hard and played hard and brought some type of excitement as playing as the underdog in the Barclays.
Yeah. It was definitely fun going to those Brooklyn Nets games. And like, I know Josh and I, we went to the playoff game when they played the Sixers. And that was really fun to be a part of, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, you know, you knew clearly the Nets was going to lose, but like just to see them have a chance against the favorite in the Philadelphia 76ers, that was really fun to be a part of. But we get somebody, Malik Beasley, you know, like I told Ernest back early in the show, hopefully he could come down and knock down some shots, because usually we get a player who is a shooter and can't throw a rock inside of a lake or a rock inside of a pond in this case, you know. Getting somebody at Jared Vanderbilt, somebody that we in the beginning of the season, like the necessity was that we needed wings and we needed shooting. We get both of those with these trades.
Yep.
Now, as far as the Minnesota Timberwolves, what are y'all doing, bro? Oh, I'm also saying this one thing. We was able to get off JTA and Damian Jones in this deal. I know that may not, you know, mean anything to y'all, but as us Laker fans, two dudes who's riding on the bench and produce absolutely nothing at all, like it's a great day. I find it crazy that we're not throwing a parade out in LA right now. You know what I'm saying? Russ, good luck, Russ. Thank you. I will say thank you. You know, you gave me, like, there was a lot of headaches and stuff like that, but to be a professional and still adjust to your role, even at this time in your career, even though like that fire is still in you, obviously, clearly you can see that athleticism has went away, but somebody who came to work and gave us 110% all the time, like that motor is something that you just cannot argue with. But good luck. I just hope that he don't go to the Clippers, because that will suck. And whatever team he goes to, if we meet him still in the regular season, don't cook us. You know what I'm saying? Don't turn into Ray Allen, bro, because that's gonna hurt. Yeah, because players have a tendency of leaving the Lakers and turning into Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So, all in all, great deal for us. And it sucks for everybody else. We just out here fleecing teams. You know, that's how Lakers get down. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah. Now on to because we're a little over an hour and 20 minutes. Just quick hitter before we end it. The rest of what do you anticipate tomorrow's going to look like? Let's go with the Knicks first, because the Knicks have been in a lot of talks, man, but no action. Cam Reddish, DMPs for the rest of his tenure. Evan Fournier, coming out and saying, "Hey, this is Tibbs. That's the rotation. It is what it is."
He had a good game Sunday against the Sixers.
Yeah, and then he's gonna ride the bench for the next week.
Exactly.
So, what are your thoughts, Eric? What are you hearing? What are you thinking? What the Knicks should do, or what do you think versus what do you think might happen?
So Cam Reddish, I'm thinking that he's going to be out. He's going to be gone by tomorrow. There are already talks with Portland about trading him to Portland for Josh Hart, which is an actual steal.
Which is a super steal. And then on top of that, I actually like that for Cam Reddish because I think he get next to Dame. Dame is a very, very good vet, superstar. And then also him and Shaedon Sharpe could be something down the line.
Yeah, so I expect Cam to be out. I'm hearing Derrick Rose might be on the move. See where that goes. I think to me he stays for insurance policy just in case if they need extra point guard for a playoff stretch or a playoff game. Evan Fournier, I'm looking for him to also be on the way out. Probably for a second round pick, maybe. Other than that, I think they need they just need to make marginal moves, just to upgrade the bench because they need bench help. Also there've been talks about Hartenstein getting moved, but I don't see that happening. But as far as a big trade, as far as OG Anunoby, there are reports saying that the Knicks and Nets were off of the trade rumors of OG because the price is too high for him. The Raptors are looking for 3 first-round picks for OG Anunoby and Gary Trent Jr. combination. So I'm not sure if they're going to take if they're in serious talks with the Raptors because knowing Masai Ujiri, he's like Danny Ainge. Like, if you want some of my players, you're gonna have to pay up. So I'm looking at marginal upgrades, marginal bench help, marginal moves on this. Just keeping it marginal, and upgrade the bench and get some wing depth.
All right. I mean, as far as the Knicks, man, I think. Obviously, I in the beginning of the year, I'm on record saying I think you guys should have traded, should trade or look to trade Julius Randle. Obviously, that's not going to be the case now. I don't know what that looks like going forward, but that's an offseason conversation. But for right now, man, you guys are missing.
It's something missing.
It's something missing, and I can't pinpoint what that is. Is it wings? But then it's like you guys have that, but you're not good enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just.
I think what's missing is that RJ Barrett is not taking the leap that he's supposed to.
Bingo.
That's it. That's it right there.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
Because you guys just both going through their team personnel. Like the guards, they got the bigs, they got the wings, they have. But who is the wing that's supposed to take the leap? Who's the wing that signed this big contract this year?
Or who's the wing? Or who's the wing that was untouchable to get Donovan Mitchell? It was RJ Barrett.
And this same wing is being benched in crunch time at the end of fourth
Yeah,
quarters and
yeah,
overtime and
because
stuff like that.
yeah, because his defense has been horrible.
Yeah, I mean,
Horrible.
listen, we were at the Knick game live, and they were straight hunting RJ Barrett every time.
Yeah,
he was
though
on the floor.
every time you seen LeBron going after RJ on the pick and roll. Russell Westbrook just blowing past RJ
Yeah,
Barrett.
he looked lost out there.
Yeah,
it was really bad for him out there.
That's why Quentin Grimes getting the majority of minutes in the fourth quarter, and Emmanuel quickly, and also Emmanuel quickly. There were also talks about trading Emmanuel quickly, but now he's off the table because he's been playing really well in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And
So,
also,
that's the answer right there.
And also the curious question of Obi Toppin and how many minutes he's still playing. That's another big story that's happening around.
And that's where I think a trade may net you guys something good. I think if you trade Obi Toppin and a pick,
and also he's up for an extension in 2024.
I don't think he's getting that from New York. Considering how well, because I think the Knicks actually thought Julius Randle was going to play like he played last year and thought they had to get off him. But clearly, the reason was that if you look at the year that they went to the fourth seed, which is 2 years ago, Derrick Rose was playing out of his mind. Like you had guards, they had a point guard that was actually efficient and playing well, and now you have that in Jalen Brunson. So you take the ball out of Julius Randle's hands, and he can play off the ball better. So I think that's going to be like the pillars you guys build around. But then I think what's going to happen later down the line is there will be questions around RJ Barrett and definitely Obi Toppin. And I think Obi Toppin is a good target for the Warriors to go after, in my opinion.
Oh, speaking of the Warriors, they're looking to shop around James Wiseman and Moses Moody.
Yeah, they should trade him to the Nets.
I mean, they could use another big man.
If they want Kevin Durant, just give all the young guys
as a perfect trade partner for the Nets. KD goes back to the Warriors. You get a whole bunch of picks. You get young guys,
and you get
Wiggins, Kuminga.
No.
What you mean? Wiggins was damn near the Finals MVP last season.
Exactly, man.
No.
Two-way Wigs.
No.
Two-way Wigs.
But
Obi Toppin is there's going to be some questions coming up if he doesn't get traded by tomorrow. The offseason is going to be real just interesting to see what happens with him, where he gets traded to, or does he get an extension? Because the way Julius Randle's been playing this year, getting another all-star berth, time's ticking on Obi Toppin for an extension here.
Yeah. I want to touch on,
and also sorry, not to cut you off, but think about the Dallas Mavericks and what could have been if last January they could have kept Jalen Brunson with that extension.
We talked about that. They that's why they made this Kyrie move, because in 3 years, well, you could say 2. In 2 years, Doncic will be a free agent for the next following year, and they have yet to build something substantial around him. And obviously, if Kyrie doesn't work out, then that's another. Then they have to figure out.
This move still looks a little iffy too.
Yeah. The thing I want to touch on is certain teams that may be standing pat. I think Chicago is a team that will not do anything. If they do anything, it's to get a point guard. And I just talked about it. I think Russell Westbrook is the perfect play they should go after via buyout. Because they need a point guard. It's not clear that Lonzo's coming back. He just started, I think, jumping and running for the first time. He's done for the year, clearly. And on top of that, their pick goes to Orlando this year. So if it doesn't land, if the pick lands 1 through 4, it's top 4 protected. They keep it. But if not, it goes to Orlando. And based on their record, it's going to go to Orlando. So they have no reason to tank. So I don't anticipate a move happening there, like a big trade either with Levine or DeRozan. I think they relatively stand pat. But I would say keep your eye out. I'm very curious about Vooch. And he's a free agent this offseason, and I don't know if they re-sign Vooch. He's a middle classes man's Nikola Jokic to me. Not such of a poor man's Jokic. I think he's a middle class man's Jokic. He's actually pretty good.
I think you just keep him just to finish out the year. I don't see him getting moved at the
I just don't see any direction Chicago's going in. I don't know.
Which is why it's dumb that they're just trying to run this thing back. Because, like, bro, y'all been healthy. Other than Lonzo, the rest of the team has been healthy. And y'all doing this bad?
But, and you know what's crazy, Josh? Like, the thing about that is to have everything dependent on Lonzo, that's not a recipe for success in my opinion. Like, it's literally like Lonzo, if you really think about it, when Lonzo went down, that's when everything went to shit. So it's just like, man, like, this is how you're really like banking on Lonzo, like being that floor general, that guy. And I don't know if that's the right approach to build, you know, a championship roster. He's definitely a piece you should have. I think he's a good enough talent that you should have to order to win a chip. But like, if he's the guy that makes the team go, I don't know. I don't know.
And currently the Bulls are 9th in the East, 26-28.
Well, they're a playing team. Yeah, man. The Clippers are in desperate need of a point guard. They've been talking to Toronto. Obviously, they were talking to Utah, trying to get Mike Conley, but that's off the table now. They've been talking to Toronto. They're trying to get Fred VanVleet. And
you know what's crazy?
And they've been talking to Miami for Kyle Lowry as well. Because and now before you go, Armani, it's because Kawhi Leonard is pushing for one of those two guys because he played with those guys in Toronto. So
is John Wall hurt?
They're trying to get rid of him.
And that the crazy thing about you know what pisses me off about the whole John Wall situation? Laker fans, I'm gonna address you real quick. Last season, when John Wall was exiled, so to speak, by the Houston Rockets, some fans were very enamored with the Lakers, and Chris Broussard. I want to call you out as well because you said this on air. Said the Lakers should give up a first-round pick and Russell Westbrook to the Houston Rockets for John Wall and Christian Wood.
That was insane, bro.
Since then, John Wall was bought out and picked up by the Clippers. Now, John Wall is getting DNPs. He's hurt, not hurt, but he's not playing, and he's on the verge of getting bought out again. So
you want to finish it?
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So this actually now that you brought up that point, it was actually 2 points I wanted to make. So, right, with the Russell Westbrook trade, that I constantly said that as many Laker fans hated Russell Westbrook just being on the team, I was not down with trading Russ just to make a move. Just for the convenience of it all. I feel like it made no sense. And that move made no sense. You had people saying, oh, yeah, why don't you guys just get John Wall? Like, John Wall could do this. He can shoot the ball. You know, he can get to the lane. Like, to your point, John Wall is not playing, right? Getting DNPs, hurt, potentially about to get bought out. And then this leads me to number 2. What more do the Clippers need? Because you look at their point guard situation, right? You got Reggie Jackson. You got John Wall, right? Okay. Shooting guard position, Norman Powell, Luke Kennard, okay, right? Wings, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Robert Covington, Nick Batum, okay, right? Center position, Zubac, and whoever else they throw. And I said this early in the year, and y'all killed me for it. I said this early in the year, but this is before I thought they was going to go on a downward spiral. But Kawhi wasn't playing. Kawhi was in and out the lineup. Remember, I said that the Clippers, and it killed me to say that, but I was just kind of stating what I thought was facts. I said that the Clippers were the deepest team in the league because of the personnel that they had.
Oh, yeah,
personnel
for sure.
that they had.
Yeah.
Right. And now I'm asking myself, I get it, the whole John Wall situation, but it's like, what more do you need? You get all of this talent and still have nothing to show for it since you brought Kawhi and PG in 2019. I'm just saying.
I mean, The Clippers are a very close second.
And now
to,
if you get Russ, it's like you're in the same situation. Of course, Russ is going to play, doesn't really get hurt, has a high motor on him, but it's like, okay, you have all of this. You have all this. You got the shooting. You got the defense. You got the wing help. You got the rim protection. What else do you need? You have two of the best scorers in the league on the same team that can both play. The two of the best two-way players in the league.
Mhm.
One is battling injury, but what more do you need?
I agree. The Clippers. And before we go to the next team, the Clippers are a close second to a disaster as the number one Brooklyn Nets are acquiring those
They should
stars.
be number one.
No, the Nets are number one. The Nets are number one by a long.
No.
The Nets are number one, bro.
But here's what I'm saying. The Clippers should be number one. Here's what I'm saying. Because as soon as the Clippers got together, they were the favorites to win the chip.
They were.
They call them the LA Bulls.
The Clippers always been, nobody ever like when the
Kawhi
media
was Michael.
Listen, hold on. They said Kawhi was Michael, Paul George was Scottie Pippen, Patrick Beverly was Ron Harper.
Harper.
Wow.
You had then you had Montrezl Harrell,
was Dennis Rodman.
Montrezl Harrell was Dennis Rodman.
And I forgot who Luke was.
Luke Longley was Ivica Zubac. I was just all right, stop. Like y'all really killing me. But yeah, go ahead, Josh.
But this is what I'm saying. Like everybody always has something positive about the Clippers to say. The Nets, yes, they had expectations, but they always had backlash. Like people was like, "Oh, it's not going to work out." The Clippers never had anything bad said about them. That's why I feel like they should be the number one team.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why they're not the number one team, because those two stars are still on the team. Okay, unlike the Nets, 2 out the 3 are no longer there. So I'm just saying, brother, like it's worse right now as it stands as the Nets as a worse disappointment and disaster than it is for the Clippers.
Bro, that's crazy.
All right, so enough with the trade stuff. There's a lot that we have. Listen, there's a lot to cover still. There's still more to happen. A lot of talks. I don't like to get into the speculation stuff like that. We'll discuss when deals actually happen. Next, to end it though, we have two topics we want to just quickly brush up on. NBA All-Star. How do you guys feel about the who got snubbed, who shouldn't have? My biggest snub is Jalen Brunson. I feel like Jalen Brunson should have been an All-Star. But you know, if you look at it, if James Harden didn't make it, and he's been averaging 22 and 11 assists, 6 rebounds, he should have been an All-Star as well. It's just tough to kind of make out, but for me, Jalen Brunson should have been an All-Star out of anyone. And then Zion is not playing, and what bothers me the most is that Zion played 1 less game than Anthony Davis, but Zion got voted a starter. Now that's the fans and that's the fandom, and I understand that.
It's the New Orleans Pelicans fans.
But
Yo, Josh, what's good with your people, bro? What's good with your people, bro?
But then after that, though, you had Jaren Jackson Jr., who made the All-Star team over Anthony Davis.
No sense.
Which is crazy to me.
That made no sense.
Wait, but y'all talking about AD. How did he make it? He should have. I don't care about no positions. How you make it over Fox?
That too. Or Sabonis.
That's my biggest.
Sabonis was also. But Sabonis got in, but Fox not getting in either is another what?
I think he will. Because Curry might miss it.
Well, two players are from the West are not going to play, which is Zion
and Curry.
So I think Fox and AD both get in.
And Kevin Durant is out for the East.
AD need to sit down.
And Kevin Durant is out. And I hope Jalen Brunson replaces him.
Yeah.
Probably gonna give it to Jaylen Brown.
But Jaylen Brown also got hurt tonight in this game against the Sixers. So I don't know what that's going to look like. So and he's out for the rest of the game. So again, we may see a whole new All-Star team come next in 2 weeks.
It's just trash, bro.
Yeah, next week. Next
Yeah,
Sunday.
I just think the most questionable one for
Jaren
me and for what
Jackson.
I've been hearing, because and that's something that I totally forgot
Jaren
about until
Jackson.
you brought up his name. Like y'all all seen the Reddit post, right?
You know,
About
they got-
him
they-
inflating his stats.
They got
That's
the shooters.
crazy.
They got the shooters over there.
Jaren Jackson.
So,
He
yo,
putting up
somebody
the
said
same
I
stats
met.
as Nick Claxton as an All-Star.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yo, somebody said I met John Morant and he shot me.
Beam team. Real like the beam team, right?
Nah,
For real.
and real talk though, that Grizzlies team, they need a vet. Yo, and it's getting so bad. Like, I can't stand Dylan Brooks. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. Like,
And it's crazy. Now the fans are booing him at Memphis games because like he just be jacking up shots. And he came out with a statement saying, "Yeah, I don't care if they boo me. I expect people to boo me. I'm going to shoot more." Okay, bro.
What?
Like, that's smart. Okay.
How many more?
Yeah. How many bricks does it take?
Listen, they better be careful, or else Dylan Brooks might cost him a playoff series, bro. Like,
Yeah,
let it down the
yeah.
line. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
I mean, if it helps, they got that boy Danny Red. Danny Red is back. He's back on the team. They got that boy Danny Red.
Lastly, I want to talk about the WNBA. We got. Are we in the super era? The super team era of the WNBA. With the Aces now signing Candace Parker. Along with having listen.
The MVP of the league.
Listen,
It's crazy.
Adding Candace Parker is a big thing. Along with Ajaya Smith. Forgive me, Ajaya Wilson. Along with Kelsey Plum. Along with Chelsea Gray. Like, I mean, this is you got Jackie Young on that squad. You have Alicia Clark, like bro, like it super team. And then
the thing is, Candace Parker's not even washed, yo.
Right, she's not even like,
Nope.
bro.
She's
You know what I'm saying?
She's not washed.
She's not even
Right.
finished. Not even close.
Right.
And
She just won a championship a season prior. Like,
exactly.
come on.
And then you go over to the East Coast, to a certain team that plays in the Barclays Center, Josh. You have the New York Liberty, who have Sabrina Ionesco, right? And then they
Josh,
add.
we out to a Liberty game, bro. What's
That's
good?
a fact. I'm definitely going
I'm
to
about
Liberty
to
game.
go.
I'm
All right, let's go to the Liberty game,
man.
y'all.
Nah, real talk.
Let's go
I'm
to the
definitely
Liberty game.
I'm definitely on Liberty games. You have Sabrina Ionesco. You add Dee Dee Richards to that squad. You add John Kell Jones, who's a baller.
She won MVP in 2021.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And then let's not forget they added Brianna Stewart.
Best player in the world.
Crazy.
Okay, you can say that.
Probably top.
Yeah, she's up there.
Top
Yeah,
five.
she's up there.
Yeah.
But she's up there.
Yeah.
He's up there.
Yep.
And they added Sloot. Listen,
Yes.
I want to see our Aces Liberty finals. I think it'll be epic.
Watch out for Yao Ming too. Word.
Yeah. Well, come on, bro. Yao Ming. Hanju.
Yeah.
Hanju. She's really good too. They're gonna be the Liberty are gonna be a team to be reckoned with this coming season. And I listen.
I put $50 for them to win the chip, man.
You can't.
So, better.
You can't. But you also can't rule out the Mercury. Obviously, you have Taurasi who's coming back, and they get Brittany Griner back. So and I know she's going to be coming back for a vengeance. She's been out for a long time. She's going to prove herself. And so it's a lot of storylines, and I love it. And I think the networks need to do a better service of hyping up these games and hyping up the women's basketball.
Because we don't even know when it starts. Sometimes I'll be like, "Whoa, it started!"
It
started. Like,
yeah.
But what they're doing now
that goes to the network. That's what I'm saying. Like, not advertising it, not promoting it, because like when I seen the Candace Parker move happen, I seen that on Bleacher Report. Like you would think
No,
the same coverage.
Well, actually, also ESPN had a WNBA free agency show last week, so they had an hour.
So what I'm saying is, like, you know how we get blockbuster trade news, like on
Mm-hmm.
ESPN, NBA TV, everybody stops what they're doing. The regular scheduled program, it gets cut in the middle, and boom, here's the trade.
Yeah.
With this trade, I found out about it on Bleacher Report. It was just like, yo, that's when I texted, yo, I'm like, yo, y'all see this? Like, you see what I'm saying? So, like, the same coverage that the men's basketball gets, like, whether it's trade, free agency signings, injuries, all of that stuff, all-star, whatever the case may be. This needs the same coverage as well too, because this is a big deal. This is a really, really big deal.
Yep. So, but again, guys, to wrap this up, we have a crazy 24 hours. Less than 24. Less than 24. Man, it's gonna get pretty wild. I don't think this trade deadline obviously hasn't been quiet. I think the Kyrie deal actually reset the market a little bit because Rudy Gobert, like the biggest problem I have with the Rudy Gobert trade is that now you have GMs running around like they Pac, demanding all these picks for guys.
OG going for 3%.
Like you got GMs running around like they Pac, saying that we need 10 picks for a guy who could barely average 20 on a consistent basis. So it's just like it's insane to me. So I think the Kyrie nuking his own value kind of reset the market a little bit. And obviously with this Laker trade that just happened, definitely reset the market because they got a steal for those three guys, and only adding a first for rotation players. So I think now the market kind of resets, and I think we're going to see a lot more movement now. Also, I do think now teams are going to just be like, you know what? Like we were trying to take advantage of the high price stuff. I think Detroit comes down on their price. I don't believe one bit Detroit thinks Bojan, who is about to be 36, I think, is there in their future long term. Who's in their future long term plans, and they're asking for two unprotected first round picks. Like, come on, dog. Yeah, like, come on.
The only person
Kyrie went for one pick.
The only
in 2
person
seconds
that should be going for that much picks is Kevin Durant.
Thank you.
That's it.
That's it.
Nobody. I don't want to hear that OG thing was the craziest thing I ever heard.
Unprotected first round picks they wanted for OG, bro. 3.
Like, at least DeJounte was the all-star. He went for 3. This guy's never been.
Like Josh, they're literally using he's a wing and he could defend multiple positions as as leverage.
All right.
No. Because the minute he goes up against those elite wings, he's getting cooked.
But how they say that? How they say he's worth 3 first, right? And then they say, oh, but Gary Trent seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And Gary Trent averages more points, assists, everything across the board. So I anticipate those prices will come down, and teams will start to have a come to Jesus moment and realize where they are
coming down.
Yeah. So I anticipate Bojan Bogdanovic, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, even Pascal Siakam, Jakob Poeltl. Yo, the Spurs were saying Jakob Poeltl is worth an unprotected first, and then Josh Richardson was worth an unprotected first. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
That team lost 10 straight, and you're asking for unprotected first for those players.
Like, it's insane. So I just think they were trying to take advantage of the market, and then now the market kind of resets itself, and I think we're going to see a flurry of moves. Maybe starting obviously today, clearly, but tomorrow for sure as the trade deadline windows and the deadline is at 3:00. So I think we'll see a lot of moves happening.
Wake up, Sean Marks. I'm telling you.
Sean Marks got it.
Leon Rose, pick up the phone. Come on, man. I know you're in Villanova right now.
But thank you guys for another episode 34. Shaq number. And yeah, man. We'll be back on very soon, right after the trade deadline. Maybe we'll do an impromptu, and we'll talk about it. And you'll get our live reaction. But appreciate you guys for listening. Appreciate you guys for commenting. Please share, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. does a great service, and we appreciate the interaction and the content. And until then, peace and love, everybody. Be safe.
Peace.